welcome to Tuesday Morning Rerun. I'm your host, Jacob Boyer. That's right, folks, we got renewed. We did it. So there are a multitude of things to celebrate. A, we won that fake court case against Saturday Night Live. We are not a ripoff. It is official. Secondly, though, we do have some bad news. You may notice in this video we have lost a cast member. Ryan Hafter, sadly not here, man. We like you though, man. Hope you come back. But however, we do have some things to celebrate. We have some new cast members. And I'd like to welcome first, Joe Honeycutt. Next up, we got the one, the only, Hunter Brown. Alright, next up we have our returning cast members. Number one, let's please welcome back Mr. Benjamin Parnan. And last but certainly not least, we have Jorge Zazueta. So today we're going to be talking about Othello. I know, surprise, we're not going to be talking about Huckleberry Finn. Well, Othello is about Othello, believe it or not, a Moor in the Venetian army. Now, to start out, he's supposed to be battling the Turks, which gets stopped by a storm, which is by far the biggest letdown in the book. But after this, we see Iago and Othello get into a mental war in which Iago is trying to break down Othello by telling him that his wife cheats on him. Now, we're going to be covering Act IV today, so let's take a look at this first scene and see how it unfolds.
They're naked but not sleeping together.
It doesn't make sense. How are they not sleeping together?
If I were to give my wife a handkerchief,
Yeah, then what?
then she can do whatever she wants with it.
A girl's reputation is her own too. Can she do whatever she wants with that?
Handkerchief.
Oh, why can't I forget about the handkerchief? Faint.
This manipulating thing is really easy. Othello has fainted.
Help him.
Wait, he's waking up. Go away.
Okay.
Othello, are you okay?
Are you mocking me?
Never.
What did Cassio say?
He's gonna come back and we're gonna talk about Desdemona. Hide yourself.
Smart man.
When I talk to Cassio about Bianca, Othello would think that I'm talking about Desdemona. Lieutenant.
Don't call me that.
Hey, just keep on asking Desdemona. If it's up to Bianca, you already have your position back.
She loves me so much.
Bianca said that you're gonna marry her.
Marry her? That woman? Never. I'm not that stupid. She's always around me, grabbing me and touching me. It's really weird. Creeper. Oh, Bianca.
Why are you giving me this handkerchief? Whose is it?
I don't know. I just found it in my room.
What is it? Some side chicks?
No, definitely not.
If you want, you can come to dinner. If not, so be it.
Go, follow her, cheer her up.
Yeah, I guess I better do that.
Did you see how he laughed? He had your handkerchief.
Get me some poison.
No, choke her in bed. But let me kill Cassio.
Deal.
Good day.
Good day.
Venice greets you.
I'll do whatever they want.
What's up, Lodovico?
Welcome to Cyprus.
So, how's Cassio?
Alive.
He and Othello are very upset at each other, but you can fix it.
You sure about that?
He didn't say anything. He's reading. Is there a grudge?
Unfortunately, but you can fix it. I mean, I really do like Cassio.
Maybe he's angry because he has to go back to Venice and give his position to Cassio while he's gone.
Well, that's good. I'm glad.
Oh, perfect.
What?
I'm glad that you're insane enough to admit it.
My sweet. I didn't deserve that.
That was too far. She didn't deserve that.
Oh, it's not like she's actually sad. Go away. Keep crying. Cassio can have my position.
Is he crazy?
He is what he is.
He hit his wife.
I'm afraid that does not surprise me.
I might have thought wrong about him.
Alright, guys, well, that was a juicy and interesting little scene that we had there. What do we all think? We had two questions from our viewers today. The first one being, what is Othello's main motivation for slapping Desdemona, and is it justified or not?
I think the main reason he slapped Desdemona was because he was angry with her because Iago's been manipulating him into thinking that she's been cheating, even though she really hasn't. And I think at the time it would have been justified, but I don't know. What do you think, Ben?
Well, I definitely think that at the time it was totally justified since women were considered property of men. Therefore, a man could do anything he wanted to his wife. But now today, I think it's totally unacceptable because women definitely have their own rights.
I think that it wasn't actually, like, it was bad that he did that, but you can kind of understand because it wasn't really his fault that he would have slapped her. I mean, he wouldn't have slapped her if Iago hadn't been manipulating him the whole time, so I guess it's not really his fault in the end.
And I think it was a little rash since he did it without a lot of knowledge. He just kind of assumed everything, and he just went on to violence right away.
Alright, so let's just take a quick vote here. Yay or nay, was it acceptable? Hands up for the yays. Yays, we got none. Alright, the nays. Alright, we have two, and we have two that didn't vote, so that's that. Now, on to the second questions from the viewer, is the theme of appearance versus reality, and specifically, our viewer would like us to look at lines 133 to 221, and what do we all think of that?
Well, that scene was a scene in the cell when Othello was hiding, and Iago was talking to Cassio, and he made them think he was talking about Desdemona, but he was really talking about Bianca. Ben, what did you think about it?
I think it was a nice scene, definitely very descriptive, and it's very interesting how Iago manipulated Othello, and Othello kind of looked like the coward and being manipulated while Iago looked brave, sort of.
Yeah, I think that you can really see that there's multiple levels of appearance versus reality in that scene because there's Iago is manipulating both Cassio and Othello at the same time, so he's manipulating two people, which kind of adds to the appearance versus reality thing.
And that also puts into perspective just how sophisticated Iago's plan is to throw Othello down.
It's very interesting to me, especially. There's multiple scenes. It seems like Iago's just trying to be nice to Cassio, but he makes Othello think he's talking about his wife. Well, rather he's talking about Bianca. So you got just a lot of layers in that, especially relating to this theme. That's something we've seen throughout the book a lot so far as well.
You haven't heard anything?
Nothing at all.
That's strange. Tell Desdemona to come.
I'll go get her.
She seems to be telling the truth, but she could also just be very good at lying.
I know you're angry, but can you please tell me why?
Why?
Did I upset you? I hope you think I'm real.
You're a weed, pretending to be a flower.
What have I even done?
You're a whore.
No, I have not.
I'm sorry. I must have mistaken you for the woman who married Othello.
You know what, Othello? You're done. Just get out of here. You're done. Desdemona, what's wrong with your husband? You know, honestly, he's freaking out.
Just please don't talk to me.
What's wrong?
Oh, he called her a whore a bunch of times.
But how can I win him back?
Just stay calm. It's dinner time. Hey, Roddy.
You've been treating me unfairly.
What, me? No, not at all.
Nothing you say makes sense.
Work with me a little longer, and then you'll have Desdemona soon.
How?
If Cassio dies, then Desdemona and Othello won't leave the island.
You want me to kill Cassio? How?
He's having dinner tonight with a prostitute.
I understand.
Alright guys, once again, a very interesting passage that we had here. Now, once again, we have picked two questions from the viewers, and we're going to talk about them. One of the first one is explain some of the examples that we found, especially in this scene, of some of Othello's tragic flaws, just throughout the scene and all throughout the act as well.
Well, Othello's obviously his biggest tragic flaw is his jealousy, and you can see that throughout the act when he's willing to believe almost whatever Iago says just because he's so jealous. Even a hint of his wife cheating on him will send him into irrational decisions.
Well, I think his most tragic flaw is probably that he believes about anything. He seems pretty gullible. He believes everyone except his wife. He hasn't had physical proof that she's cheating, but he believes it just because Iago's been saying it.
And especially with all this cheating that she's been doing, he seems very trusting of all of his friends, such as Iago, throughout the story. So that's also something, and that's why he almost seems so gullible, is because he believes these people with everything that he's done so far. So the second question from our viewers is, how have we seen dramatic irony play effect in this act, and specifically in scene 2, and how has it contributed to the overall sense of dread that may be coming up through the rest of the play?
What is this, a question for Mrs. Gordy's test?
I don't know. Ben, what's your take on this question?
Well, I definitely see the dramatic irony in the fact that the reader knows that Cassio and Desdemona are not having an affair, but Othello is convinced that they are. So that's a dramatic irony that we find in Act 4.
And we also see often that Iago is called honest by Othello, but we know that he's actually very manipulative and very lying and very evil, per se.
Yeah, and especially just contributing to this fact that we already see Othello kind of slip into a almost crazed state, in which we can tell pretty much that coming up he may do something rash, and that this may affect how Shakespeare portrays his tragedy in this play, is watching Othello just lose his sanity and slip to the dark side.
Don't trouble yourself.
No, walking will help me.
Good night, miss.
Thank you, sir.
Desdemona, make sure you go to bed and make sure you're alone.
Yes, sir.
So, Desdemona, is he better?
You know what? I hope. He sent me to my room and told me to send you away.
Why?
Why? I don't really know, but, we don't want to upset him right now. He's been awfully stingy lately.
I understand. Alright, I'll leave you to finish your bathing.
The poor souls that cycles, that cycles, that cycles, that cycles. The poor souls that cycles, that cycles, that cycles, that cycles. The poor souls that cycles, that cycles, that cycles. The poor souls that cycle, sycamore tree, sing all a green willow. Her hand on her bosom, her head on her knee. Sing willow, willow, willow. The fresh streams ran by her and murmured her moans. Sing willow, willow, willow. Her salt tears fell from her and soft off in the stone. Sing willow, willow, willow. Lay by these. Willow, willow, willow. Further he thee, he'll come and out. Sing all a green willow must be my garland. Let nobody blame him, his scorn I brew, scorn I brew, scorn I brew. The poor souls that cycles, that cycles, that cycles, that cycles. The poor souls that cycles, that cycles, that cycles, that cycles. The poor souls that cycles, that cycles, that cycles. The poor souls that cycle, sycamore tree, sing all a green willow. Her hand on her bosom, her head on her knee. Sing willow, willow, willow. The fresh streams ran by her and murmured her moans. Sing willow, willow, willow. Her salt tears fell from her and soft off in the stone. Sing willow, willow, willow. Lay by these. Willow, willow. Further he thee, he'll come and out. Sing all a green willow must be my garland. Let nobody blame him, his scorn I brew, scorn I brew, scorn I brew.
Are there really wives that would cheat on their husbands?
Heck yeah, man. You ever been in the real world?
Liar. Good night. Alright guys, once again another pretty interesting passage. We're getting down to the end of the book here. It's starting to get very interesting. Now once again we have two questions from our viewers. So we're going to discuss a very key quote in this play that shows the differences between Desdemona and Emilia, as well as looking at the theme of how women are portrayed in society at the time period. Now this quote comes in from lines 74 to 75. It says, "Who would not make her husband a cuckold to make him a monarch?" So what do we think about this? What are our takes on this pivotal quote in this scene?
I think this is a pivotal quote because it gives the two different women discussing their viewpoints on how big a reward they would have to be offered to give up their loyalty to their husbands. And you can see how Desdemona, she wouldn't take the whole world to give up her loyalty to her husband, which kind of increases the dramatic irony almost in the situation, because Othello thinks she just got married to him and all of a sudden she's starting to cheat, but really she's one of the most loyal women in the entire play.
And also developing the theme of women being treated as less equal. Emilia thinks that because they're just women, cheating on their husband, losing the loyalty doesn't really matter. But Desdemona, on the other hand, thinks that it's important to be, to have integrity, no matter how small your role is.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like this is really a big point, especially for these two things throughout the story. That's really laying on hard how women are viewed in society, especially in that how loyal Desdemona really is when compared to everybody else in the world around her. For the very last question of the day, guys, this is pretty exciting. So it is, what is Emilia's motivation for telling Desdemona that it's really not that bad to be cheating on your husband? What do you guys think about this?
I think she kind of thinks, since, like what Jorge said, since she's not equal, she thinks that it's more okay. And since it's not as big of a deal back then, because he could just find a new wife if he wanted, just almost interchangeable to them back then. It's not as big of a deal if she cheats one time.
Yeah, she being Amelia. Ben,
Yeah.
what are you thinking about this?
Yeah, I totally agree with Hunter. Like, women were treated like dirt back then, so it was like, what's the point? You can just go ahead and cheat if you want to. No big deal.
They were going to be treated like dirt no matter what.
Yeah, exactly, and I think that's really, once again, hitting hard how good of character that Desdemona really has, that she would remain loyal in a time where A, it wasn't that common, and B, they had every reason not to. So that's one of the biggest things. Now, guys, believe it or not, that is going to wrap it up for us here at TMR Tuesday Morning Rerun. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, click that like button in the link below. We'll see you guys next time. Time out. Alright, so today we're not going to be talking about Huckleberry Finn. Hold on. The story of Othello is about, well, you guessed it, Othello, a black Moor who's in the Venetian army. Now, today we're going to be talking no, I screwed up.
Did you just take a picture?
No, I'm recording. Any other questions before we get this started?
So
No!
They're naked, but not having sex.
What? That doesn't make any sense.
Time out, go.
They're naked, but not sleeping together.
That doesn't make any sense.
If I were to give my wife a handkerchief...
What?
Yes.
That doesn't make any sense.
You guys suck.
This manipulating thing is really easy. Go away.
Why you give me this handkerchief?
Whoa, Bianca! No,
Just
never mind.
Oh, how's Cassio?
Alive.
Stop it. You guys. Alright, here we go.
In front of the camera.
Oh my gosh, Jacob.
Sorry.
Oh my god!
Oh my god! Oh, I'm sorry. I have mistaken you for the woman who married Othello.
Othello just... Oh my gosh, that was good.
Sure.
Hey, Roddy! Wait, do I walk in or am I just in?
Go.
Hey, Roddy.
You've been treating me unfairly.
What? Me? No, not at all.
Nothing you say makes sense.
Work with me.
How?
That